representing Standard Gaming.
Alright, yeah, for the recording, Revenge over here as our blue Zerg player. And in the bottom, Ziddy for Standard Gaming. Uh, blue Zerg player Revenge is for Binary Gaming. Man, I hate it when Fraps crashes. I hope I didn't lose any recordings earlier. I'll have to go back through and look later. So anyways, we have a ZVP on Zelnaga Caverns. Looks like we're back to where we started.
Yep.
Revenge over here. Looks like he's making drones as usual.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say on this map, like I said before, it's gonna be standard for a Zerg to go pool first. It's just too risky to do a hatch first against Protoss.
Yeah. Unless you're like Rhett. Which in that case you'll make 3 hatcheries before spawning pool and get 100 drones and be completely safe somehow. And here we have Ziddy going to be throwing down a 14 gateway. That's pretty late, so that's a really economic build over here. We should be seeing him throw down his gas real soon as well. Overlord is going to be floating over to the natural expansion to see exactly what's going on. Revenge getting the gas up as well as the pool, so he will be going that speedling opening.
Yep, we can see that because of the way he got that gas, he'll have gas immediately when that spawning pool finishes.
Yeah.
And right now, Ziddy's just kind of wasting his time patrolling because Revenge isn't going to be trying to get that expansion anytime soon.
Yeah.
Not until he starts making lings, and that's still going to be a while.
By the 3-minute and 30-second mark, Ziddy should be a little bit more suspicious and just go into the main to see exactly what's going on. And if he spots that Roach Warren, he needs to chrono boost some units. So it could be a all-in, always from Zerg players. Like I like to say, Zerg players can always go all-in at any point in the game. They just make 2 rounds of units and you try to smash your face in. Of course, it doesn't happen often.
Yeah, it also doesn't work often.
Yeah, and Ziddy is backing up with that probe. I don't like how he's not checking the inside of the base. This is how you lose to an all-in, by not checking. So, for all he knows, Revenge could be dropping a Roach Warren, getting a Queen, vomiting, and getting out 7 to 12 Roaches to be able to bust the front. And he doesn't know anything about that. His probe is going to be coming back. The Zerglings are maybe going to be in position to deal with that probe. Looks like the Zergling here is going to run right by that probe. Without the speed, the probe will be able to scout in here to see exactly what's going on. The natural expansion getting taken by Revenge, and the chrono boost being used on the first sentry. He's got Ziddy does have the double gas up and running.
Yeah, and still no tell from Ziddy. We're not sure if he's going to expand off of this, or maybe if he wants to go into a 4-gate. There's really... I'm not sure what he's doing at this moment.
Yeah,
It looks like he's just working on its economy.
I'd be really surprised to see a 4-gate, just because 4-gates don't work anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen a 4-gate since, I don't even know, like 6 months ago. Like, I haven't seen a 4-gate work since like 6 months ago. So, unless it was PvP, which in that case it's been happening all along and may still actually happen. But the natural expansion should get taken real soon. It's going to be a 1-gate expand, and Revenge will see this because this is an expand before the 6-minute mark. Protoss cannot do this while having more than 1 and maybe 2 gateways inside of the main. But as you can see,
okay, he's on 1 gate. He has out 3 sentries. If if I'm Revenge and I saw the 3 sentries and the expand, I would punish him as hard as I could. I would probably go all in and start doing nothing but produce Zerglings.
Yeah, we'll see if that's what he decides to do. The wall is coming over here. I disagree with getting 2 gateways here. I'd like to see a forge. It helps you hold off those all-ins a lot better. As of this point, it should be a cannon or 2.
And this is bizarre too. He's throwing up a pylon in the middle of his mineral field.
Like Ziddy's build is a little bit off. I like to see, yeah, there's a forge. Like that should have been first. That actually helps hold off that all in. If there's a forge there, he would have that first cannon, the first 2 cannons coming up right now, and it does hold off an all in from a Zerg player that's going mainly lings and maybe some roaches. We do have an Evo chamber coming up for Revenge. So Ziddy is actually safe right now, but in a game where someone, if he was playing against say July Zerg. July Zerg would have
Yeah.
flipped the switch and been like, I'm going all in. I saw that Forge last. He's dead.
Yeah, really weird opener, and I'm surprised Revenge didn't pick up on that. That only 4 sentries, no other gateway units except for 1 zealot.
Yeah.
I mean, with that, I would have been so happy to see those units. I'd be like, okay, time to go kill you. But instead, it looks like he's choosing to work towards the 3rd.
Yeah, I like how he's taking out these rocks. I think he should also work on the gold rocks. Maybe take both at the same time. Because Protoss players that go for a fast expand like this are just plain weak. So there is a Void Ray coming out, but with good control from our Zerg player, I don't see that being able to do much of any damage. There's Spore Crawler at the natural expansion already. There's 2 queens over there.
6 queens are out right
Oh,
now.
wow, and the creep spread is
So-
ridiculous.
Yep, there's no way that he's able to do damage with this Void
Yeah,
Ray.
this Void Ray is, if it runs right over those queens or is miscontrolled, this is gonna be a disaster. Like I heard some stuff from Artosis on the State of the Game the other day, and he was like, Void Ray Phoenix openings are bad, and he hates them. So
Well,
I'll take his word for
to be
it.
fair, I've seen Hero do some Void Ray and Phoenix openers that are just outstanding. But no offense to Artosis, but he hasn't exactly performed that well as Protoss.
I mean, he watches a
So-
lot of games, and he says like whenever he watches a Void
That's
Ray
true.
Phoenix opening, it's like the most painful thing on earth because it just gets held off. Look at that Void Ray, almost got taken out. Any like worse control, those five queens would have obliterated it, and the creep thread is gonna be, if it keeps going like this, it's gonna be at Ziddy's front door in about 30 seconds.
yeah, I love how he got out all of these
Mothership.
queens.
Okay, alright. I can't believe I
What?
missed the...
Oh my gosh.
What is this? Ziddy is showing us the stuff. I hope this works. But I don't know.
This is so bizarre.
I love seeing motherships. So
2-base mothership. Bro. I love carriers.
Yeah,
I mean,
cut
I think
carriers.
carriers are awesome. Oh, there's a seeker. He's gonna scout. Let's see. But he does. He has vision of the fleet beacon. Let's double check.
yeah, he sees it. There's
Yeah,
a
he's
changeling
seen
right
it.
there. So he knows there's a mothership rush on the way. He is getting a spire. He's gonna be able to get those corruptors out. Ziddy, his mothership is gonna pop out and run into corruptors, which is not a good thing.
And hydras. So. And I feel like this is really all in by Ziddy. I mean, that's such an investment on 2-base to get a
Yeah.
mothership.
Mothership is a
I
really
mean-
expensive unit. It's a great late game unit, but for its expense, it's not worth it in the early game. Because that's a nexus.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how he pans out with it. I mean, if he uses it well, like we saw earlier today in the
that
IPL,
was amazing.
there's huge potential
Yeah.
behind it. Yeah, separating 2 units. I didn't even know you could do 2 vortexes at the same time.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that either. I've never actually seen it, and I didn't know that you couldn't recall. We learned a lot of things. You can't recall mind-controlled units.
Yeah, or fungal
yeah,
growth.
You can't. No, you can recall fungal growth units.
Oh, really?
Um,
Well, you know what else I noticed? That recall now, there's a delay.
oh, there's always
So
been
when
a delay.
before the
Yeah.
really see, I've never seen that before. So that was kind of bizarre for me to
Yeah,
witness.
like,
the fact that the units still stay there, all blued
There's
out.
a reason why, and the Zergling does spot the mothership. There's a reason why I'm not a Masters Protoss yet. It's because I love making units like the mothership and like carriers. So I never go standard when I play. I'm trying to do more standard stuff now because I want to be Masters now. But before, like, I made lots of motherships, so I know a lot about the mothership. But today taught me even more.
You know what we're gonna see? I guarantee that Ziddy was watching the IPL too, because he's got out High Templar. I'm expecting him to change him into Archons and just do his own Archon toilet. Yep, there it is. So right now it's just a matter of engagement, and you know, I might be eating my words because Ziddy's grabbing his 3rd. So maybe this mothership is just a well thought out strategy.
Maybe. We'll see how it works out for him. But our Zerg player has taken a 4th. He has his 3rd up and running. He can...
And let's see if he can
Yeah.
force a cancel on Ziddy's
no.
3rd right here. Oh, wow, he did, and that's really huge
Oh,
right there.
there's a huge gap over here. That is a gigantic gap. He needs to seal that off right away. Ziddy's wall off was incomplete. That's why it happened. But he's going to be throwing up his third base once again.
We have Archons on, or excuse me, Ultralisks on the way,
I mean,
and also the Crackling upgrade.
I spent too much time oogling over that mothership. I need to figure out what our Zerg player has done so far. He's got Infester in the infestation pit out. He doesn't have the pathogen glands, which he needs to get immediately. He does have the ability to make Hydralisks as well as Ultras. He does have the gold base as well, grabbing the double gas over there. He's starting to bank tons of money, but he needs to spend that so that he gets max as soon as possible, which he's approaching as well. There's tons of Archons out in the field for Ziddy, and his third base is finishing up as well. Does he even have an observer? I don't think so. Does he? No, he doesn't even have a robo, so he's not going to be able to clean up this creep, so he's not going to be able to take his gold base. A Baneling is rolling in here.
Wow, you're right. Oh, a single Baneling gets in, does some great shield
But,
damage.
those-
It's
yeah.
too bad he didn't have more right
Otherwise,
there.
Ziddy would have lost a lot of Zealots. And here comes maybe a push from Ziddy, and he's going to have an amazing Vortex, because his army is absolutely puny in comparison to what I see
Oh,
over
but
there.
a lot of melee units for Revenge. Oh, but I mean, we have Banelings,
Banelings versus
so
Zealots is pretty imbalanced. Yeah.
no, but I mean the Archon toilet. It's gonna work both ways. Oh, I think. Oh no, I think he accidentally deaded his Banelings.
I have no idea, but the Vortex is down, and there's a lot of units in there. We'll find out what's going on. Force Field's going down around the Vortex to prevent those units from running away. The Archons pop out, and it looks like the entire Zerg army gets delivered a huge punch of slash damage. Revenge falling to 135 food, and Ziddy's army still survives. His mothership is lost, but he's going to be able to push forward. Can Revenge actually hold this off? Ziddy with 188 food, pushing into the natural expansion. Baneling's trying to morph. GG.
Force to GG. I honestly think he accidentally deaded some Banelings right there. And I mean, if he had got the Banelings in the Vortex with the rest of his units, he would have been able to handle the Archons and the Zealots. There were so many Zealots on the field. But I mean, what do you know? He learned a new strategy from watching IPL.
Yeah, Archon Toilet, they did nerf it a little
I
bit.
can't believe the Archon toilet
Yeah.
still works. I mean, I thought that
It
was nerfed.
because you see how the units survived after they popped out? Like normally,
Yeah.
the Archons would take 0 damage, everything would die, and the Archons would survive. And that's how it was. Like, no, not even Ultras or like big ticket units like Thors could survive it. Like, if you sucked in battle cruisers, the battle cruisers are 100% dead. But now they'll survive and be able to deal some damage. The reason why that was so bad was because Revenge's forces was basically all Banelings, and Banelings versus Archons not so great.
Yeah, that was a awesome play. And it looks like our next map's going to be Shattered Temple again. So we'll have to see if somebody has a strategy planned out for that. It is a pretty balanced map. Just the fact that they can get a third pretty safely. It's in the back corner of your base. So we'll have to see how it goes. And I'm also curious as who they're going to send in next, especially after seeing that Protoss play
Yeah, so
from
we're
Ziddy.
up, let's see, 4-2, right? In a favor of
Yep.
Standard Gaming.
Standard Gaming.
And we're going to be getting into Shattered Temple in just a second. Let me take a look at IPL results as that happens.
Dude. Oh, yeah. What the fuck?
Let's see. I guess the TVT is still going. Let's see. Who is ahead?
All right, you guys listen to some tunes while we queue up the next
STC
map.
Chess Game 1. Let me ask the chat, who do you think is going to win this match? STC or Select? if there's anyone left here.
I would go with
That's what
Select.
I went with. But SCC just won that first game, so. And like the portion that I just saw was like Select getting rolled.
I think Select's really good at early and mid game, but I think he falls apart in late game.
And here it is. It's going to be Zitty versus BNY Fan. It's going to be a Terran versus Protoss.